I want to take film production because ever since I was a kid, I've always loved story writing. I've always loved to write stories and just let my mind run wild, a bit too wild sometimes. But I always just loved, creating stories and narratives and just characters that sometimes I can relate myself to. I'll wrap myself in stories that I think were cool. I've become James Bond's second cousin in a couple of them. But when I used to write stories, I used to always think about how I would, imagine it. And then my dad used to always take me to the cinema like nearly every Sunday. We used to watch a lot of action films and used to just watch big event movies, and then I had an idea that my stories one day will be, in films, and I just thought straight away then, ever since when I was a kid, that I wanted my stories to be told in the medium of film. And then I started getting in love with editing and cinematography and just how different shots can portray my images and can portray what I was thinking, just so the audience and like yourself can just see what the stories I created in my mind were. I think my biggest attributes are my leadership skills, my teamwork skills. I love working in a team. I see film as not being about, the star role or the big director. I see it as being as a collective sort of project, and I do a lot of acting and I do a lot of filming as well with friends, and just the idea of a team coming together and everyone's individual talents working together to create like a big project, like a school musical or a school play or a big short film that we need to do for film studies. Just working with people, I think, is one of my biggest attributes. My creativity, my imagination, thinking outside the box as well, not just doing the bog standard stuff. I think that can be seen in my film reel as well. I just had this idea and I thought, why not run with it? And I just got people together. I just got people that wanted to help me out, and I think I did really well. Inspirational scene in a film for me has to be Star Wars Phantom Menace, when I went to see it with my dad, and it's the scene where Darth Maul stood on this side and Obi-Wan Kenobi stood on the other, and there is an electric barrier stopping them from getting at each other, and the tension that was created when I saw that in the cinema, and the feeling that I got when I was on the edge of my seat and just looking around, and there was just silence, and there was such eerie silence that it just made me even more sort of determined. It just made me even more passionate that I could give that feeling to someone else. And the way that simple shots create tension, just shots of Darth Maul's eyes just glaring at Obi-Wan Kenobi, and just the music and the build-up, and it was just incredible. For me, that has got to be one of the best scenes. People that inspire me the most are like directors like Christopher Nolan and David Fincher and James Cameron and Steven Spielberg, and people that can tell a story, people that can draw me into what they're passionate about and take me on a journey. And if the journey's happy, then I leave the cinema with a smile on my face. If the journey's sad, I feel that emotion.